everybody to season 2 of House Call. We are back and we are doing a very special episode for a really big Southeast Asian game that's coming out at the end of this month, and that's No Straight Roads. And with us, we have the two leads of No Straight Roads. They play Mayday and Zuke. Please welcome Ling and Stephen Bones.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey guys.
IGN. Finally, I made it lah. Finally, I made it.
I'm on IGN.
Hi,
Are you proud of me?
Okay, for my first question for you guys, why don't you guys introduce yourselves and what you do other than voice acting?
There you go. Yes.
Alright, Suling go first.
Okay. My name is Ling Chan, and I play Mayday on No Straight Roads. And what else do I do aside from voice acting? I'm really into this martial art called Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Dang.
And I am literally in the gym all the time, and that's it, I guess.
Have you ever used your martial arts on Steven?
No. Luckily, I've known him for 10 years and I never had to do anything. No, I was kidding. I just usually, Steven!
Yeah, I run too fast.
Nice.
Way too fast.
Okay, Steven, what about you?
I am a full-time voice actor by trade, and also since 2018 I started getting into comedy. So I do stand-up comedy, and also I make videos like parody songs, parody trailers, and comedy videos on the internet lah, under the banner Stephen Bones Everything. Yes.
Steven
Nice.
wants everything.
All right. So to lead off on that answer, for both of you, how do you guys get your start in voice acting, and how did that lead to No Straight Roads?
Steven, you go first this time.
I actually started off as an audio engineer, and growing up I've always wanted to be either a rock star or like I want to be involved with cartoons. So was an audio engineer. Got my first job at BFM when it first started as a production engineer.
Whoa.
Yeah, was there for less than a year because I wasn't suited to the 9 to 5 thing, and decided to I worked up some skill sets and decided to give voice acting a go, because I found out there was this industry, of voiceovers and all this kind of stuff. So went in, told myself if within 6 months to a year, if it doesn't pan out, I'll just go back to working full time, and so far have not been back to the office yet. So yeah.
You
10
made
years as
it!
a talent.
Yay.
Yep, it's been good.
Okay, as for me, a friend of mine saw an audition, like I think this was in 2008. There was an open audition for an animation series, and she asked, "Hey, can you teman me? Okay lah, I teman you lah." So I teman her, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, I might as well do the auditions as well." And then after that, that's how I got started doing animation. But for commercial stuff, I actually worked in an ad agency, and so like I was reading all the case videos and all the client what client
Briefs.
examples, client
Oh,
reads, and was doing voice placements for all the videos for timing, and I was like, wow. I'm actually not too bad at this. And in fact, some of my creatives were saying, you're actually not too bad at this. You should consider. And in fact, some of the reads that I did actually became the commercials eventually. Like
Wow.
the clients actually like the voice, and they're like, yeah, just keep the voice. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's kind of how I got started.
Wait, so basically, you teman your friend to go to audition and you end up taking the spot she wanted.
Yeah.
Oh!
Wow.
Are you
Friends
still
forever!
friends? Are you still friends?
I'm still good friends with the friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So and then how did you guys audition for No Straight Roads after that?
That was an open call. I just saw an open call. A lot of friends tagged me in it, and they say, "Hey, you should try this out." And I was like, "Okay, I'll try it out." And funnily enough, when we got to the audition, and I think Stephen will elaborate a little bit more, we actually did do some work for them, like what, 6 or 7 years ago? Yeah, it was for they were pitching an animation
Sun
show.
Sastra.
Yeah, Sun Sastra. Exactly.
ID.
not to be mistaken for Sun Surya, the property
No,
development.
no.
Yeah, yeah. I did. So, and they did this animation thing, but I guess they didn't find funding or pitching budget for it, and then it just never took off. And then I was like, when I went to the auditions, I was like, this guy sounds really familiar and looks really familiar. And I was like, oh, okay. And it's just coincidence because Steven was in that same, he was playing another character in that pitch. So
Wow.
Back together.
Yeah,
Reunited, and it feels so good. Did that play in your head when that happened?
Yeah.
What is copyright claim I hear?
Okay, so the game is, No Straight Roads is heavily inspired by music. What are your favorite artists ever?
Musically, yeah.
I am a huge I love my rock and roll, so I love bands like
AC/DC.
AC/DC,
Oh,
but I really love
Akadaka.
my Motley Crue, Aerosmith.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Boomer music.
No, this is beyond the boomers. This even the boomers like, hey, your taste is old, lah, day. It's boomed already.
What about you, Suling?
Okay. For me, I'm going to be one of those people that say, I like everything. But for me, music is an amplifier to what I'm doing. So it really depends. I listen to all sorts of music and all sorts of genres. I listen to everything depending on what I'm using the music to amplify the mood for. So I usually use music to work out. So I really like rock tracks when I'm in the mood for it. I have like a 80s playlist based on Cobra Kai, the TV show. Great
Nice.
show, by the way. I love it. It's like, it inspires you to train. It's like, you're the best. Then you're running around. I'm like, it's so good.
Tashi just wondering what is she talking about?
Yeah, because Tash doesn't go to the gym.
I mean, there was one time I went, and the only song was Blackpink.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can lah.
So, it really depends what I'm in the mood for working out. Like, I've worked out to Blackpink, it's great. I've worked out to No Straight Roads.
Oh wow.
Motion on the ocean floor, 1, 2, 3, 4, motion on the ocean floor. I'm like, I love it. Right now I'm listening to the Umbrella Academy season 2.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
and okay, I'm gonna imagine that I'm 5 and I'm such a badass. Yeah.
Yes.
So for me, music's an amplifier. But I do have favorites that I like to work out too. Like I really like 80s power ballads for working out, and I really like whatever the
80s.
stuff that the Umbrella Academy guys are doing. I don't know what genre of music that is, as well as Guardians of the
Galaxy.
Galaxy.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
have really good tracks. Yeah.
I don't know what that's called, but I love it. So I work out to my top workout list is the 80s power ballads, Umbrella Academy OST, and Guardians of the Galaxy OST.
Yeah,
and
Nice.
Stranger Things.
Oh, Stranger Things. Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious though, how old are you guys? Just trying to gauge here, like your music taste.
I'm 36.
And Steven is.
I am barely legal. I am 35.
I mean, technically, okay lah. I mean, would
You
you
guys
say
are children of the 80s.
Yeah, children of the
Yes,
80s. Yeah.
I would say Karate Kid was probably a little bit before my time. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I still watch it though. I'm a 90s kid, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm mostly a 90s kid.
I was so worried. Tash told me, yeah, I saw the Karate Kid too. Yeah, Will Smith's son was really good.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's so bad.
We were watching Will
That's
Smith
so
when he was
bad.
still the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Oh, that's really old. Wait, I have a question though. Like, if I were to follow Suli in the gym, will I die?
Yes, you
Has Steven tried it before with you?
No, I don't.
No.
And I don't recommend it. No, just kidding.
Yeah,
Come on, Steve.
Hey, I want to see a video on that. Come on, Steven, do a challenge.
do
Go
a
to
what?
the YouTubes.
Go to the gym?
Yeah,
Are you insane?
it's a vlog. It's a vlog.
No,
The
it's
life
not.
of Steven Bones at the gym.
There
Yeah,
is no life
work
at the
those
gym.
bones.
Content.
There is no life at the gym. There is.
Yeah.
But it says Stephen Bones everything. You need
Yeah,
to fill up that
it's
void.
It's just me going in, filling up a form, and then like giving them my credit card, and then sitting home for the next 5 years.
Oh shoot! Was that an attack at me? Was that an attack at me?
I think it was. Yeah.
I think it was.
I go to the gym. I just go to the gym, and then I pass by it, and then I go to the subway down the road.
Oh my god.
Next to the gym.
Yeah.
That's
Alright.
so funny.
Speaking of childhood experiences, did you guys grow up with video games? Do you guys have like favorite video games growing up?
Yeah. One of my first, I played a lot of video games growing up, so I really liked stuff like Sonic. I really enjoyed the Monkey Island series, all the
wow.
LucasArts stuff.
Nice.
Day of the Tentacle. Like I remember what there was like the PlayStation one had like what Spyro the Dragon and all this kind of
Spyro
stuff,
the
platformers.
Dragon. Crash
Never,
Bandicoot.
I've never been into like first person shooters, but everything else I'm pretty up for it.
Mm.
I
Cool.
love the platformers, yeah.
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 Ninja Turtles the old Ninja Turtles with the map, and then like it was like Grand Theft Auto 1, but and then you had that crappy little turtle van you could get in.
Yeah, yeah. That was the NES one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you step back, right, and then you go in front again, all the enemies all like reappear.
Yeah. They respawn
Yeah.
right there and then.
Respawn right there.
Yeah.
Contra, yeah, all this kind of stuff.
Contra. I grew up with a lot of video games. I had a lot of consoles in my house. I had like a
Nice.
Game Boy, the original Game Boy. I had the Super NES. I'm revealing my
Wow.
age right here. I had like the Sega Genesis, and I had a PC. So I was playing like lots of point and click, like Monkey Island. I love Monkey Island. King's Quest, Space Quest. And on my SNES, I was playing a lot of Chrono Trigger. Oh, I love Chrono
Whoa.
Trigger. That's my favorite.
Nice.
Dragon. Is it Dragon Quest? Yeah, Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on the Sega Genesis, I really like Sonic. There was like this. All the Disney games were really fun. Like
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Aladdin.
Lion King.
Lion King. Oh,
Yeah.
Lion King was tough.
Yeah. I remember there was what the one with Donald Duck where his weapon was like
A
a
gun,
that
right?
shot plunges.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Is this
I
really
had that-
Disney?
Yeah.
It has a gun?
I had that game. It was
Yeah.
called Mickey Mouse. I can't remember.
Castle of
It was for
Illusion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
And then there
it
was
for the
also like the
Sega
game with
Genesis.
Chip and Dale the Chipmunks where my
Rescue
favorite thing was, like,
Rangers.
Yeah.
you could pick up a crate and then you could hide in it.
Yes, yes. And then there was that weird Michael Jackson game. Oh, I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Jackson game?
Yeah, Moonwalker.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was before any
this is
controversy.
way before your
any controversy.
time. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Dang. I'm actually so jealous because I only got to experience console, like all the consoles now because I started work. My parents didn't want to buy me all of them, so now I have a job. I'm like, buy all the consoles.
Tash.
So when you guys like talk
there-
about it, I feel like I'm a child not understanding grown-up talk.
just use emulators.
But there's a problem here, okay? When I try to play older games, right? That's not the same because you had the new things, you know? You just
Didn't have
can't go
hand-me-downs
back.
growing up. Huh?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
you can't.
The technology is like it's hard to replay old games.
I will say this though. I'm happily playing games like Red Dead Redemption 2 and God of War.
I really
I'm quite
wanna
happy
see
with where
these
games are going.
Yeah,
You know, no straight roads
absolutely.
as well.
I'm playing. What am I playing now? Last of Us 2.
That's a good
Wow.
one, but you're gonna be so depressed after you're done playing it.
I'm already depressed halfway. It's so sad and emotionally draining. I can't play.
Oh,
it
yeah.
long. Like,
Yeah.
You can only have, and that's why it's taking me forever. I think it's like. 2
Oh,
months in.
Could you like tweet out your reaction to the ending after you're done? I just
I will.
need to see your reaction to
I will,
it.
I will,
after.
just for you, and I will tag you in it. I'll be like,
Yes!
you, Tash Bunny, and then my reaction.
I hate you,
Yes.
Touch Bunny. Thank you. Hashtag. Done
Why? I just you guys don't know what happened when I first met him. The first thing he said was, she's in IGN Southeast Asia. No wonder it's not bigger. I'm just like, I met you.
Okay.
I just met you.
To be fair, we were at this place called Server DNA, and I was there to try this Beat Saber game kind of thing, right? And she had been there like the whole day. I was there like in the evening. I
Yep,
was
she
supposed
does
to be last
that.
there. Yeah, and she was there like since morning. All right. I don't know. I don't know how.
Freeloading, you mean?
Yeah, I don't know how many articles she put out or how many books and like walkthroughs she's like published, but I don't know.
Yikes!
Seems like a lot could have been done during that time, lah. But Tash was awesome. Tash was awesome. Like, she was playing a horror game and someone sneaked up on her because she was wearing the.
Was it you?
No, it wasn't me.
You? Oh, okay. Scared the crap out of me. Never again. Horror VR. Nope. I want to see Steven do horror in VR though.
Oh gosh, I don't want to play horror VR. That sounds terrible.
That's why I
No.
asked Steven to do it because Steven bones everything.
I'm a big chicken. Oh yeah. Here's one fact about me. I like do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and everyone's like, yeah, she's a badass and blah blah blah. I even had a world ranking at one point.
Whoa.
But I am chicken shit when it comes to horror movies, horror games. I can't do it.
Oh my God,
You can
imagine-
fight back. In
Yeah,
video
you
games,
can
yeah.
kick them.
You
You
can-
can
I know.
punch them.
Which is funny because I'm in real life. I'm not. It's not to say I'm not afraid of all these things, but I'm just like, oh, okay, maybe it's because I'm not sensitive to them. I don't know. Like my friends would be like, oh, you feel that? I'm like, no, I don't feel it. Well, we're going. I'm like a white person.
No, Suling
Playing
is
a haunted
worried
house.
because Suling is worried because she can't armbar or choke out a zombie.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
no,
I mean, you
zombie games are
can.
fine. Zombie games are fine, but
Yeah.
the spiritual stuff is the stuff that freaks me out. I
Dude.
can't watch Conjuring. No, none of that. No.
Conjuring is
I can't.
okay,
I
but like
can't.
the Asian horror is what really gets me.
Oh, Asian horror. I watched once Shutter, that Thai.
Oh
was it
gosh,
Shutter?
Shutter is so
The one with
scary.
the Thai one. I was like, oh, no, first and last, no, I can't. And then I watched that Nicole Kidman horror show, and I was like, wow, I can actually watch this. This means that it's not very good. It was called The Others. Yeah, it wasn't that scary at all.
Pulang Insanity and Indonesian horror.
I mean, if
Ooh.
people watching this, like, if you want to get into Asian horror but you're too afraid, then start with the Western remakes of Asian
Of
horror
course,
movies.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that is
That's the
true.
It's
Yeah.
not even scary.
True. Yeah. Okay. Let me rephrase this. If it's a Western horror, probably, maybe. But if it's Asian horror, nope. I'm out of it.
But speaking of horror though, I remember one big horror game last time was Fatal Frame. You guys
Oh,
remember
Yeah.
that one. I have that
played.
on emulator right now, and
I
I'm still
actually
too scared to play
played
it.
Fatal Frame.
Did you play the second one or the first one or the third
I
one?
played all three.
all
Nice.
three.
For somebody
I
who
feel
plays
like
that
the
the
third
chicken
one is
shit, I played
scary.
all three.
But the first two was very scary.
The third one is scary when you go into Miasma mode because there's no way for you to fight back. You just have to run and you're like, oh, praying. Okay, this stupid candle. Oh, please don't. There's this mode where it's called Miasma mode, and then the ghost will run after you, but you can't fight the ghost.
Oh,
And
You
you have to
just, you just have
survive.
asthma.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're running with this candle and you're like wheezing halfway. No, just kidding. So you just have to run in the level and you can't do anything, and it's scary because you can't
because
do
she
anything.
runs so slow. She runs like this.
Yes. She was like, oh. I'm like,
Why are you dancing? Can you run faster?
there is a ghost chasing you. What are you doing?
Yeah, they don't do horror games like that anymore. It's actually so sad because I feel like back then the PlayStation 2 era had like some of the best horror games ever.
Yeah, with some really good storylines as well. Is Silent Hill 2 for the PlayStation 2?
Silent 1, 2, 3, Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, and 4 was PlayStation. No, 2, 1.
I can't
It's,
remember.
well, yeah, 1 and 2 was PlayStation 1.
Yeah, and then 2, 3, and 4
Oh.
was PlayStation 2.
I
Okay,
really
so-
like to.
Okay, I'm just curious to know, can you guys do like ghost voices with your voice acting skills?
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay,
I mean,
let's do
personally for
Suling.
me.
Can we try hear it?
Okay,
Suling's first,
I
Suling's
had
first.
to I had to do ghost like you know those little kids ghosts. So let me see. Tito, Tito, let's go home and play. You wanna play with me, mister?
Oh my god.
Ringtone right there.
Steven, hey, can you try do one? Maybe I think you might be a zombie guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to like watch this guy do like monster voices and zombies. Like,
Holy crap! Was that?
you know, that kind of thing.
You do it again?
Give me back my Pokemon! Yeah, okay, cut. Yeah. So yeah, it's like people often forget that when you're playing like games with like zombies and all that, and then the zombie horse, there's like actually someone voicing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just a guy in a booth doing it, right?
Like,
Yeah.
You know, in those games nowadays, they have like those I don't know why, but I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us Part 2. When you kill people, there's like gurgling noises.
Yes.
It actually makes me want to puke. Is that actually a person's voice?
Probably.
What
Yeah,
the
'cause-
heck?
Like
Person dying.
our job involves like I've been asked to like burp on command, do snoring noises, do like you know, stuff like that. That's the thing. That's part of the job. Yeah, it's part of the repertoire.
Yeah, it's crazy. What's the weirdest sound you've ever had to do for like voice acting?
There's been quite a few.
wow. I don't know what weirdest sound.
Okay, what on the top of your head then?
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Let me think.
Mine was it was a weird sound, but like I had to voice for like a potato chip, a little tiny potato chip.
Can we hear it? Can we hear it?
Yeah, so it was like
Oh, that sounds like a potato chip, yeah.
yeah, so, yeah, that kind of stuff lah.
Yeah.
You sound more crunchy? Like, did they ask that?
Sometimes it-
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Yeah, but then you also like with games and cartoons. There's also this thing called wallas.
Oh,
So
yes.
it's like stuff that the character is going through when they're running or when they fall.
Ah.
When they fight. You know, all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we hear a lot of that in No Straight Roads whenever you guys attack or, you know, shoot projectiles and stuff.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know why they recorded Steven's wallas. It's not like Zuke really uses. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa!
I'm kidding.
I do like to use Zuke though, just, you know.
He's quiet.
Ah, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, Suling's weird voice.
Weird. Okay, so I remember there was this commercial for the UN that I had to do for a job,
Wow.
and I was
Okay.
a bird of paradise.
Bird of paradise.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like, why are you taking my feathers? Or some weird thing like that. And I remember we were Googling what is it supposed to sound like? Is it a bird of paradise? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. It's like one of those birds, and it's like, so I had to imagine if a bird of paradise could talk, what would it sound like? Because it sounds like that. So I was like, don't take my feathers, or something. I don't know. But it was
Pretty
really
terrifying.
weird.
Yeah.
It was really, really weird.
Sounds like a horror, like a monster in a horror game, and they're like, "Why are you in my house?" or something like that.
No, it was weird because like there was a shaman there as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he was like, "Go away, bird of paradise." It was a weird commercial. Until today, I'm like, wow. And the guy who played the shaman voice has a very deep voice, so he was like, "Get out of her body." It was so weird. It was like the weirdest commercial I've ever had to do.
I mean, like, if we're talking about weird characters, for me the voices aren't the weirdest, but I've done characters like bacteria,
Oh,
plague. I've been a drop of palm oil, like a drop of palm oil.
Oh wow,
And
that sounds
yeah,
fun.
I also did one where like I was the dengue virus. I'm Mr. Dengue.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
the dengue.
I don't know why, but that voice sounds more like a Mr. Potato Chip ad.
I eat my potato chip. I will give you high cholesterol.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay, so just out of curiosity, what's the difference between voicing a video game character like Mayday? This is for Suling, by the way, and the difference between playing a character for an animated show like Bobo Boy?
Not much. per se, because No Straight Roads is really very animated, and a lot of people talk about it saying that it looks like a Saturday morning cartoons. So for me, like I approach it almost the same way. You probably have more fight wallas and things like that in No Straight Roads versus Bobo Boy, even though you do have some of that. But I am working on another video game, which I'm not allowed to disclose. So I am working on another video game, and that is totally different. And I think that is more realistic to the style of video games that are coming out now. And it's actually more like a show. The script is really good. It reads like a movie. It reads like a show. So you can't have like zany, cartoony voices in there.
Oh, okay.
I can't do a Mayday voice in there, basically. I have to think like, it's acting. It's like real.
Oh, it's like a realism kind of game then.
Yes, absolutely. So I think there is a trend of realistic games coming out in the market. Versus like I think when we were growing up, a lot of it was very zany and stuff like that. Or like even if you had like Metal Gear Solid and all that, there's always this layer that it is still a performance. It's not very realistic. But versus like now, when you look at Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, if you take the cutscenes out, it looks like an actual movie.
Yeah. It
Right?
does. It does.
So that's the trend that's happening right now, and I'm involved with a game like that, and it's very different, the directing, the energy and things like that. Like you really need to think of like what is the intent and things like that
Whoa.
of the characters. Yeah.
How is it like harder, do you think?
Definitely, I think it's much harder. In a way, it's different. It's very different from all the work that we usually do. You actually get to be an actor. Like, it's like almost an on-screen actor. You have to think like, okay, what's the intent of the person in this scene, in an acting scene, and try to make it as realistic as possible. So sometimes the directors will say, okay, you got to tone it down. You're overacting.
Right.
Yeah.
So sometimes like when I see like behind the scenes for voice actors, they're kind of like acting out the scene as they're reading the script. Is that something that's very normal for voice actors to do?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, for me personally, I am very, very animated. You can ask Steven. I'm like, oh, please,
But the only catch is that you can do whatever you want physically, but as long as there's no noise and as long as you make sure your mouth is like pointed towards the microphone.
Oh, that's
Yep.
tough.
Yeah.
Yep. So whenever you go for a recording session, big tip, always wear like, t-shirts, yoga pants, things that don't make a noise. I don't know why people will wear bracelets and bangles or jewelry. No, don't do that. Or big cumbersome clothing, because it does make noise.
It flaps.
It flaps. Exactly. So when I go for a recording session, I wear clothes that look like I'm gonna work out. Like
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good tip for me. Sorry, Sue, I'm coming for your voice acting spot.
try. You can try. We shall meet at the dojo.
No, she's gonna beat me up. No.
So Ling's gonna be like, meet me at the gym, and Tasha's like, I don't have a membership. I'll see you at KFC.
The call out strong in this one. It hasn't stopped.
Nice. All right, Steven, did you pitch any parody songs for No Straight Roads, since that's kind of what you're known for?
Yeah, not really, because No Straight Roads, like they have their composers, and most of the songs are instrumentals, if I remember correct. So not really, but during the recording there would be times where like I would pitch like certain lines and all that kind of stuff, just to make things come alive a little bit. Yeah, and sometimes the ideas work, sometimes they don't, and yeah.
So can I know what kind of parody songs you've done? Can you do parody song on the fly?
On the fly. God.
Yeah. Make a song about Dale on the fly. Parody.
Why is that a parody?
Yeah.
Anything. Okay.
What song? I need a song first. Like.
He needs the song first.
Do the Mario theme song.
We're watching IGN now.
Oot.
Southeast Asia has a guy that's called Dale, and he's interviewing Tash Bani.
What?
He doesn't really do anything. Stephen Bones and Suling Chandi are the guests, and we're all right here. Da, da, da. Let's hope we don't get a copyright claim.
Eh, eh,
I don't know how he still manages to flame me when I said something about Neil. I wanted to push the flames away.
You're the target here, not me.
God
so-
dang it!
Yeah, I don't know what you did to him in server DNA, but
I don't use a sniper rifle, alright? I just
No scope, 360, no scope.
no scope, just a
No,
buckshot shotgun.
this is a flamethrower already, just in the general direction of the heat. Oh my god.
Standing the wrong side of the wind, Tash. That's all.
Dang it. It was
No, but
unfortunate.
yeah, like with parody songs, I've done stuff like the Beyond Hoi Fu Tin Hong, but I changed it into about like Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Various Disney songs like
Yes.
the Circle
Lion
of Life.
King,
I
yeah.
turned into Mama Life.
Lemak.
Yeah, all this kind of stuff lah.
What else have you sung about? Have you sung about? Let me think. What's the weirdest thing you can sing about? Potato chips.
Not yet, but I've done recently. I did one about the whole GSC admin hello cannot thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I did that. Last time I had one about bubble tea.
Ooh, bubble tea.
Quite a few like.
Have you done a video game one yet?
Video game one? No, not yet.
Are you gonna do one for God of War?
Is there a song in God of War that I can parody?
No, but you can do any other song but sing about God of War because as he says, boy. Wait, can you do the boy voice, Dale? Boy.
The whole song is just boy.
Yeah.
there you go.
Boy,
I
fetch me my titari. Boy.
It would be like dads of the future trying to emulate God of War
Boy.
dad. No more son, it's just boy.
Next time, like God of War goes to India, like day.
Hey.
Okay, so we're talking about like being a God of War dad, but how alike are you guys with your characters in No Straight Roads?
That's a good question.
Mhm.
I would say I'm 60% alike with Mayday.
60
Why
only.
60?
60. No,
Only-
because Mayday is dumb AF. She's really dumb. She's
60 only.
She's like, I'm gonna say this right here. She is dumb. She is dense, and she's not very smart. And
That's true,
That's
yeah.
not me. I'd like to say that I'm quite intelligent and quite smart. And
So
I'm
you're
That's
quite,
good to know.
30
Yeah.
Like 40% smarter than her then.
oh hell yeah, probably like 140. Like I think like 200%. Like yeah. So she does things that are like, I'm like, girl, what is going on in your head? Even doing this, like I personally wouldn't do it because it's dumb, and I'm like, what? How can you not even know Pluto? Pluto is not a planet. It hasn't been a planet for like a while.
Wait, I thought
Yeah.
Pluto is a planet again.
Well, there you
yeah,
go.
well, I mean, at the time of recording, it wasn't.
It still isn't. Like it got declassified. Growing
Yeah.
up, it was, and then like it got declassified as a planet.
What the
No,
heck
but then
happened?
but I think she's right. Like they are reconsidering it because because they're reclassifying what constitutes between an astral body and a planet. So Pluto seems to be on that.
There you go. Showing off the smarts.
Exactly.
Well, I qualified for Mensa when I was 14.
Whoa.
There you go.
Oh.
Smart and strong. Gotta be careful with this one. She
Yeah.
got your IQ.
And for you, Steven, how alike are
from-
you with Zuke?
Zuke.
Totally different. Wait, let me do this. Zuke says nothing and Steven says too much.
Oh, burn.
Good roast. I will fist bump you right now. It's a good roast.
But okay, like with Zuke, it kind of taps into my more at home kind of flavor, like the way I am at home, where I prefer to be more quiet, and sometimes it seems like I know a lot, but then like I have no clue. what's going on.
You're
I'm just
more
trying
like
to play
Mayday then.
cool. No, Zuke is a different kind of dumb. Like,
So they're both dumb.
he's,
Yeah, they're both dumb.
Yeah, it's a different kind of different kind of dumb. Yeah, it's fun. But yeah, it's a more like I feel like I gotta like tone myself down when I do Zuke and tap into my homie self. Yeah.
Nice.
How hard
So-
is it to touch that homie side of you?
Really, you wanna ask that?
Ew.
Yeah, of course I want to know.
Okay.
What's so
sure.
wrong when you said it?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh my god!
Asha, please.
I did
Kids
not
are gonna
see
watch
that
this.
coming.
This
This
is
is a
appropriate
PG
content for
show.
IGN. No, but okay. No, but it's that because as much as I like to do like zany characters and I'm known to be like quite a high energy guy in the booth and all this kind of stuff, at home I am actually quite like I really don't. I'm very very.
You become a
quiet.
slug.
Yeah, I'm the kind of person that's fine to just be on my own and not speak for like 2-3 weeks, 2 months straight, and just like live just by myself with nobody else kind of thing.
And Wi-Fi.
No wife, no Wi-Fi. I need a Wi-Fi.
Ooh.
That's
I
on
love my wife. I
camera,
love my
so-
wife. Right.
Speaking of things that you love, what are your what were your favorite parts of doing No Straight Roads?
My favorite part was actually like doing the sessions with everybody, because most
Ooh.
recording sessions that we do with like Suling and I, we've worked together for like so many projects, but we barely see each other. At most, we're like just passing by each other.
Yeah.
So for No Straight Roads, we actually were like they wanted us to record together in the same booth.
I'll find you a
Like,
video.
Yeah,
How
like
about
these
that?
dividers. Yeah.
Oh,
I got a video.
So you
Okay,
guys can see each other through the.
We can't see each other, but at least we're in the same room, we can hear each other, we can react to each other. So
Ah,
that
okay.
adds a very different dynamic. The only drawback to that is the fact that, like perhaps in a chapter where Zuke has like 3 lines and then Mayday has like 5,000.
Yeah, which is just quite often.
Yeah, then it gets a bit like, oh, okay. And then my lines will be like, huh?
For that
React.
timeline.
Okay. Okay.
Does that remind you of like you know in season 8 Game of Thrones where Jon Snow at first has so many lines and he was very smart and the only thing he said in season 8 was I kneeled my queen and we kneeled to a queen.
And that's it.
And that's it. What happened to him? Is it kind of like that?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but yeah,
But
I
at
mean,
least Zook
yeah.
knows things.
Yeah, but the vibe is very different, and I think it comes across in the recording as well.
definitely.
That was a big
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah. So I posted a video in the link so you can take a look at it. And the setup of how we usually do the recordings is that we will have, I'm usually in the middle because I say like 10,000 lines for every recording session. There is one recording session where Zook actually gets to sit in the middle. So yay!
Wow.
Oh, I bet
Yeah,
you
there-
felt very special at that point.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was a
there
very
was
special.
like I think it was just one or
One.
2 chapters, right? Just one, right?
Yes.
Where, like Zook
One
just,
recording session where you were
Yeah.
in the middle.
yeah, when it was just all Zook, and then Mayday was like, "What? What's going on?" And then like, and then there was just Zook for another 10-20 minutes. Yeah.
How the turntables.
Yeah.
How the table turns, how the turntables.
No, that was the meme. How the turntables.
Young people and a bad grammar. Dang it.
But just out of curiosity from my end here, how is like the process of learning your lines? Is it like kind of acting where you bring home the script and memorize everything, or do you kind of like just go there and walk in and just be like gung ho, like what's there first today?
Usually they'll send the script ahead, which let me tell you is not common practice.
Okay.
Usually when we record for either animation series and stuff like that, the script is really printed out and that's the first time you'll see it.
Oh.
And sometimes because it's so quick, they'll give you like line by line. So sometimes you don't even have context to what you're doing. And the director is really essential in those sessions. So that's what we're used to. Isn't it, Steven? Like that's usually how it goes. They give line by line.
Usually, sometimes it's not line by line, but it's usually like you go there and you don't even know what you're doing.
Yeah,
you have no
sometimes you have no idea what you're called in. You're called in for a job, and you're like, okay, I'm here at the studio, and then the director will just bring you through the character bible, and they'll give you the script, and then sometimes you can't even read through the script because the sessions are so fast because it's paid by the hour. The studio is rented by the hour, so like they just highlight your lines and they say, okay, go to page 3. But I didn't read page 1 or 2. It doesn't matter. Just go to page 3. Okay, then you go to the other line. Oh, okay, this is my line. La 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 la. Okay, now go to page 7. And you're like, okay. So I don't know. I mean, you just gotta make it work, So sometimes you don't have any context to the scene, and that's why the director is really important. But for No Straight Roads, it was totally different, and I really enjoyed the process. Like they would send the scripts like days beforehand, and usually I would print it out. Or I would make my notes. I'm quite like a cerebral actress, and I just like, okay, I write my notes. What is the intent in the scene? What is this? What is that? And then on the day itself, then things also change and happen because we're all there. So sometimes based on what the other person says, I might change my delivery to adjust to what they say.
Right.
So
And sometimes it's even that situation where like you thought it was one thing because like in the script it says that you're saying this and then this happens and that happens, but then when you go there the director is like, yeah, this happens and that happens, but actually your character is feeling more like this or this because of this other thing that's coming up and this kind of stuff. So you have to be like prepared to like just change things on the spot. It's very, on the pro side, we don't have to memorize lines because it's a voice recording.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about like an audience. We don't have to worry about doing a bad take. But the challenging part of the job is being able to just like switch things up like in an instant.
Yeah. So improvisation skills are really important, and just being on the fly, like being on your toes. Almost every recording session is like you're on edge. At least that's for me. I'm like, woo, okay, what are we gonna do this time?
But what if they say low energy, but you're at high energy?
Yeah, then you gotta do it.
Yeah.
You gotta do it like from who? Then you're like, you just gotta do it.
Yeah, and there's no like, oh guys, I need 5 minutes to reset my heart rate. There's none of that. It's just like
Nope.
take 2, go, boom. Yeah.
2 is like exactly. Take 1. Okay, we're done with take 1. Sounds good. Okay, take 2. This is a low energy, serious, emotional, crying line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Gotta do
after
it.
all that, they'll be like, you know what? Can we try a few other variations of that? Just in case like the mood changes or anything. So suddenly you have to do it happy, sad, angry, and then like.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's quite common practice.
Yeah, it's quite common practice. And sometimes at the end of the session, hey, remember your first line? I want to revisit it. And then you're like, what? This is already 40 minutes into the session. Okay, fine. We revisit that line. How did I sound like again? Okay, but that's not the way No Straight Roads is though. This is other jobs.
Yeah.
No Straight Roads was like an improv skit, right?
Well,
It
like
was
a skit.
Yeah, because like we would read the lines scene by scene and uninterrupted. So the tape would just roll and roll and roll and roll, and then even if we make mistakes or anything, we just go past it and we just perform it like a scene. So like normally in other animation or voiceover jobs, you would slate. You would say like, okay, take 2, blah 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 line. Take 3, blah 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 blah, and that kind of draws you out sometimes. But you get used to it as a working actor. But for No Straight Roads, that wasn't the case. It's like we had the script, the scene, and we just read through it from start to finish of that scene. And sometimes we read the scene like 3 or 4 times. And then we get a rhythm and things like that. So it's very fluid. It felt really more like improvisation acting or actual acting.
And I think people got to remember, like when we're recording the voices and all that, right? Like visually, we don't have much to work with. We're not seeing any animations. We're lucky if we get like a static image of what the level looks like or what the boss or character looks like. But that's pretty much it.
Oh.
After time, it's
correct.
all up to our imagination.
For some reason, I thought in my mind is that when you're reading the scene, there's a scene playing in front of you, and you kind of have to
No.
like emulate that for some reason.
No.
It's not an anime. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be dubbing already. That means like
Yeah.
it's already been done in one language and
Correct.
you're
I
translating
see.
it.
Correct.
I see.
So this style of recording is what they call prelay. So it's pre-everything. That's the industry term, prelay. And basically you are the person shaping and creating the character. So normally you just have the script, and what happens is the animators animate to your mouth, they animate to your face. Sometimes during the No Straight Road sessions, they were recording us with like a camera. I don't know whether they used any of it, but it's for the animators to animate. So since English was the prelay voice, every other language dub is a dub.
Nice.
So just to clarify, English is the original language of No Straight Roads. Rather than like, I think some people were wondering whether the Japanese version was the original version, but clearly from the mouth flaps, it's not.
I think it's just that the Japanese voice actors are more famous. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. So because the Japanese voice actors are way more famous, they're like, oh, okay, they must be the originals. No, Sakura Ayane dubbed to my voice.
They're not going like, oh, Zuke was done by Nolan North. Oh, that must be the original. No.
Yeah. So I mean, it's quite flattering to think that Sakura Ayane dubbed to my voice and Jun Fukuyama dubbed to your voice. I'm such a Jun
cool.
Fukuyama fangirl.
I know, you would have been like jumping up and like, yes!
Yes! Oh, my Lelouch from Code Geass days. Lelouch. Okay.
Okay,
Alright,
so
Dash.
now, since I was asking these questions about voice acting, I'm just really curious, what's your advice for up-and-coming voice actors in the region? Like, what would you tell me if you wanted me to go out there and voice act?
Don't.
What?
No,
Okay,
just you.
Okay. Well, what about the other people? What about the other people?
So Dale, we're gonna give some advice to Dale.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Alright, so I usually give people 3 tips in every workshop I teach. 1 is show up on time.
Okay.
The session, don't be late. 2, don't be an ass. Like, have a good attitude. 3, don't suck. You don't have to. Okay, I mean, it's just
Okay.
like, you don't have to be great or perfect, but you cannot suck. If you suck, and people are like, okay, you know what? Like, this person can't do it at all. Like, this person has no voice acting capacity. That is going to be a problem because with voice acting and voiceovers, it's always an audition thing. It's a first impressions kind of thing. So make sure you practice at home. There's like all these exercises you can do. Get your diction down. Record yourself and listen to how you sound. Send it to some friends to listen. Like, if you have people in the voiceover industry, even better. Get them to like take a listen and see what tips they can give you. But most of all, practice, and open up yourself to like more styles in terms of voiceovers. If you want to go like full on into just the gaming niche, it might be a bit challenging because it's not. I mean, the gaming market here is not exactly like huge. We don't exactly have hundreds of games being worked on every year. So you might want to look into like, the corporate videos, the radio ads, TV ads, and hear how those things sound. And all that, they're just styles. So later on, whatever job you do get, whether it's a game or a commercial or whatever, you will be able to apply everything. So that's my take on it.
Absolutely. I think the first thing you need to figure out when you're starting out is what kind of jobs do you want to get. So in the Malaysia market, actually, it's quite reflective worldwide. You're going to get 90% what they call commercial jobs. So commercial jobs are commercials, TV commercials, radio commercials, all that. So that's what's going to bring the money. So I would say start with the commercial jobs. But if you're doing this for fun, like, you want to do video games or animation, then really look towards the acting. So like I always tell people, if it's commercial, think of the voice instead of the acting. If it's the video game animation side, think of the acting versus the voice. And I say this because I used to work in advertising. I used to create commercials. So I know what clients want. And clients, at least in this market, they want specific voices. Like, that is why the people on radio sound alike, because that is what clients are looking for. So my advice is study the people, like, even if you hate them, like you hate the way they sound, but you're like, I'm hearing this kind of voice and this kind of tone and this kind of read for like 6 of all the female commercials. That is the kind of voice that you want to emulate. So
Nice.
so
Yes, Tasha, study us.
yeah,
Study me.
study, like, you say is like, is your telco buffering right now? Well, get on Maxis or something like that. You really got to study it, because at the end of the day, the ad agency is going to make a decision and the clients are going to make a decision, and clients and ad agencies can, at least for commercials, tend to play it safe. Clients very much so. So, and that is why they keep reusing the same commercial voice talents over and over and over again, because like, oh yeah, she did this person did my L'Oreal read for this product. Okay, I'm gonna use her again for this other product. So that's why it's also they always say they're looking for new voices, but
That's a lie.
it's a lie, and it's not, because at the end of the day, the clients are still looking for a specific read. So that is an industry secret that I can tell you. I work on the other side.
Yeah.
They say they're always looking for new voices. What they don't tell you is that they're looking for new professional voices. So someone who can do the job. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
That's why I say don't suck. Don't suck.
Don't suck.
Tasha, don't suck.
Yeah, professionalism. Yeah, that's absolutely right, because they won't take a chance on somebody who's not done any jobs, because the clients are going to be there, and it's very stressful to the agency to have the client there with a talent that cannot deliver. So that's why. But let's assume that everybody is like professional and everything. So you got a great reel and everything, but if you don't sound like any of the commercials in Malaysia, then you're still not going to get booked for any jobs, because the clients are like, oh, I want and sometimes they want a specific talent, but that talent's not available. You can get jobs like that. Oh, okay. I want a Pasri sound alike. I want a Suhaili sound alike. These are the names that I'm saying are famous voiceover talents, but you can't book Pasri, you can't book Suhaili for whatever reason, but you need that commercial out, and timelines are really quick. So another thing is availability. They will ask like, okay, I need a voice talent like tomorrow at 3 p.m. You got to do it. You got to say, yeah, I'm going to do it. If you don't say, they'll just move on to the next voice talent. Correct or not, Steven?
Yeah. After a while, yeah. I mean, if you keep saying no and turning things down, eventually things don't come.
Correct. Unless you're like Stephen Bones and they want Stephen Bones, then they'll make it. they'll make the time for you. But even then,
the ultimate prostitute.
Oh my god.
But
Always
even
there.
then, like I know in my ad agency, if they can't hire this particular talent, they'll just move on over to the second or the third choice.
Yeah. I mean, there are some roles where the people can be swapped around and interchanged. But when it comes to like gaming and animation especially, one big thing to bear in mind is that if you see an audition, go for it, but don't expect to land a role or any role. All right, go and do your best, but if you don't get anything, don't blame anybody, because sometimes there's just your voice is just not right for any of the characters in there. Like I get called into auditions, right? And I'm like, oh, but this show is just a whole bunch of like little girls. Like, why do you call me in? I was like, oh, that's like a dad character. There's one dad character, and they get like 20 guys to come in to audition for that. So, yeah, I'm sure Suling we've all had our fair shares of like going in, auditioning, thinking we may get this or get that, but then we don't get anything. I went into even No Straight Roads, and last time this other project called Rimba Racer that I voiced for.
Rimba Racer. Yeah. We're both in Rimba Racer, by the way.
Yeah.
Nice.
I went into both these auditions looking at all the side characters, because my thing from quite a long time ago has always been doing a lot of all these like supporting characters and all that, because I could do multiple voices. So instead of getting me to do the lead guy, they would just get me to do like 3 other guys or 4 other guys. So that's the mentality I always went in. So whenever they tell me, oh, we kind of filled up all the other roles, I'm like, oh, damn it, I got nothing left. But then with Rimba Racer, I ended up getting the lead for that, and they just wanted me the way I sounded. And with No Straight Roads, I think at that time, a lot of the voices were pretty firm already. I know, like, and then they were looking for Zuke, and they needed someone who could act and all this kind of stuff. And I went in not expecting that role, and lo and behold, I got it. So yeah. And there's some stuff where I really wanted it, but yeah, nothing happened.
Yeah, that's just the way it is, you know. Like you just do lots of auditions. So when it comes to auditions, like commercial jobs are different. Commercial jobs, you already got the job. They tell you come to the studio, just do it, and just So and there's nothing to audition for a commercial job. Whereas for auditions, you just gotta. What I usually do is I audition for it and then I forget about it. And then if I get a call from the recording studio, or if I get an email, then I'm like, whoa, okay, what was this for again?
Yeah.
So that is my mentality. Just audition a lot and you just forget about it. So having said that, when I went for the No Straight Roads audition, I thought to myself as I read the lines, I read the character Bible, I was like thinking to myself, I really want to book this. I really, really want to book this.
Nice.
Which is very different from a lot of the way I approach a lot of my auditions. Because I always find that when I say that, I never get it. Like, I have been trying to get onto Agent Ali for like the longest time. If anyone is watching this and they're working on Agent Ali, please remember me, because I have always wanted to be on Agent Ali.
We'll see what we can do.
I went for an Agent Ali audition because I've auditioned for Agent Ali, and I was thinking to myself, like, I would really want to be an Agent Ali, but it just never happens. So it's okay.
Yeah, okay.
But for No Straight Roads, I was thinking to myself, I really, really want to book this.
Nice.
And one thing we gotta keep in mind, I don't know about other countries, but at least in Malaysia, right now the variety of voice actors is not like it's not ridiculously huge. It's not like in the States where like there's always a professional lurking around the corner that you can just pull in and there'll be the perfect voice or something. In Malaysia, I don't think we have that kind of size of talent pool yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So being able to like have a strong skill set, like being a strong actor or being versatile with your voice, that really counts for a lot. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I did an English dub for a title that Ling really wants to get on, that she just...
Oh yes,
but I'm not gonna say what.
I know that one.
I'm not gonna say what title it is. And the character I got was like way younger than what I sound like. And I was like, I got booked for the role, and I was like, hey, but I thought I'm like way too old for this character. And then they were like, yeah, but if you go a bit higher and we pitch you a voice up a tiny little bit, it works enough. And the main thing is that the people were, out of all the people that were considered, they said my acting was the strongest, so that helped get me over. So so
nice.
Make sure get your skills all brushed up and ready. You're able to cry on command.
Cry on command.
Nice.
Okay, speaking of cry on command,
Wait, before we wrap up, can you guys do the Bunkbed Junction catchphrase from No Straight Roads?
Oh, what is the catchphrase? I forgot. Is it red light, green light?
Yeah, when you guys lock hands and destroy whoever we're fighting.
So it's red light, green light, bunker, junker, shakalaka, bang.
Yeah.
Yes! Oh, okay. I forgot.
Oh, Sully cannot remember. Put the NS out. Put Mayday's picture in the background. Cannot remember. Okay, this is also a very common thing with voice actors. We go in, we record the job, and then we walk out and we forgot what we just did.
Yes, it is because we have to think about the next job.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's red light, green light, right? Who says red light? Oh, I said red light. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Red light.
Green light.
Wait, then after that, what happened?
The Zoom has like this latency thing, so like
give little pauses in between. Yeah.
Suling, you follow you just follow your rhythm. Imagine how I would come into it, lah.
Okay, cool. Red light.
Green light. Bunker, junker, shakalaka, bam!
Oh, that was great.
I hope that syncs up in Zoom.
Yeah, I hope that
it did.
syncs up.
For us, it did.
Alright, cool.
All right.
Alright, thank you guys so much for being here. We had so much fun interviewing you guys for House Call. I really want to see you guys play it. Maybe you guys can stream it. I want to see your reactions when you've played the game.
Oh yes.
It's gonna be like a 72-hour live stream of just us trying to get past the first 3 bosses.
So we actually did a live stream of us playing the demo with Candy Live. He's the streamer, and it was, man, we died. I couldn't pass DJ Subatomic Supernova's level until I passed the controller over to Candy and I said, okay, dude, you got it. Take over from me. And then we managed to pass, but we died like 4 times?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The first 6 hours of the stream was just dying in.
Exactly. And Haz was in that stream, and it was really entertaining because he was like, wow, you guys managed to take a 1-hour demo and stretch it out to 3 hours.
So imagine like the game developer, right? Watching his voice actors playing the demo and like
and giving us hits like, no, Sule, go that way, not
and he's
this
sending us
way.
tips.
And I'm like, oh, what am I doing? I'm dying. Oh, I'm dead.
Sending us instructions via Facebook comments, you know.
Yes, exactly. It was so funny. But we hope to be able to do it, and this time we'll practice and we won't take like 7 hours to finish.
That's the spirit.
DJ Subatomic Supernova's level. Oh, we didn't even get to Sayu's level. Like, we just played, like, okay, guys, we have to stop the stream right now because, you know, it's MCO and everything closes at 12. So we gotta get out. This has gotta stop. Like,
Okay, thank you guys so much for being here. I had so much fun. I'm actually crying because it's so fun. Dale, anything you want to say to them?
No, I think we did well this time.
Okay,
nice.
so we'll see you guys in the next episode of season 2 of IGN House Call. Catch you later.
Bye, everybody.
bye.
Bye.